It was bound to happen eventually, but for the time being, the Marvel Cinematic Universe's impeccable track record on Rotten Tomatoes has come to an end. As recently as a couple of weeks ago it seemed impossible to believe that Eternals would be anything other than spectacular, but critics clearly aren't in agreement with that sentiment. In a cruel twist of irony, the first installment in the franchise to be helmed by a filmmaker with an Academy Award for Best Director under their belt has turned out as the lowest rated ever on the aggregation site. With Edgar Wright-directed psychological horror film Last Night in Soho now in theaters, we're getting more insights about screenwriter Krysty Wilson-Cairns' previous video game movie adaptation aspirations. The writer once gave a pitch for the beloved 2007 Valve video game Portal. In it, the player controls silent hero, Chell, as she faces a series of puzzle platforming challenges constructed by evil artificial intelligence GLaDos in the Aperture Science Enrichment Center, with the only promised prize being a slice of cake. At the time of writing, Chloe Zhao's cosmic epic is sitting just under the threshold at 59%, but it's not a foregone conclusion quite yet. As we get closer to Eternals' November 5 release, the score could rise up or down, but with well over 110 reviews in the bag already, it's likely to remain bottom of the pile behind the 66% accrued by Thor: The Dark World almost a decade ago. Of course, it won't matter at all should the movie make a ton of money at the box office, but even that's far from a guarantee in the age of COVID-19. There's already rumors flying around that a planned sequel could be in jeopardy, even though plenty of terrible films have spawned highly lucrative franchises, and it isn't as though Eternals is being panned. Chell explores both the mystery behind arriving at the decrepit facility and its test chambers while imploring the special abilities of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. As explained in a recent interview with CinemaBlend, Wilson-Cairns said she still dreams about the various scenes from her failed Portal movie pitch to this day. Claiming she crafted the best story ever for the pitch, the Oscar-nominated screenwriter said despite her obsession with the game, it found no interest from producers. "I'm haunted by the things I didn't get to write. You know the video game Portal? I was pitching to do an adaptation of that and I love that video game, obsessed with it. It was quite early on in my career. And I came up with what I think is the best story ever, and I pitched it, and they were like, nah. And sometimes at night I play scenes from that in my dreams. That's the only thing I'm haunted by is that I didn't get to make the Portal movie," Wilson-Cairns told CinemaBlend. Given the fact that Last Night in Soho moved famous video game creator Hideo Kojima to tears recently, we think Wilson-Cairns might have a real shot at crafting a formidable video game adaptation, as well. In her short but impressive filmography so far, Wilson-Cairns nabbed an Oscar nomination for the Sam Mendes-directed war drama 1917, wowed critics with the final season of Showtime's Penny Dreadful, and is slated to co-write the script for Taika Waititi's forthcoming Star Wars film. You can catch Last Night in Soho in theaters now and check out our review of the film if you still need convincing.